Welcome to Soft Retail. Revolutionize your retail operations. Reduce your manual work and experience efficiency and accuracy. We are Soft Retail, Soft Retail, Soft Retail. We are Soft Retail, Soft Retail, Soft Retail. We are Soft Retail, Soft Retail, Soft Retail. We are Soft Retail, Soft Retail, Soft Retail.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Soft Retail tutorial. Today, I will show you how to order and receive stock using the Soft Retail application. Before we begin, please make sure that you have already registered your business on the application. If you haven't registered yet, don't worry, it's quick and easy. Simply open the Google Play Store, download the Soft Retail application, and complete the registration process. If you need assistance, we have a step-by-step registration tutorial available for retailers who wish to use the application. Once you have completed your registration, you can return to this tutorial and continue with us. Let's continue with our tutorial. Before you can order and receive stock, you must first register the supplier you will be ordering and purchasing from. Please first log in. On the application, tap the floating action button, this one. You will then be prompted to enter your access code. Please enter your access code so we can continue together. I will enter mine, 4444. Once you have entered your access code, this blue screen will appear. Next, tap the add icon, this one. A supplier registration form will open, allowing you to enter your supplier's details. Let's begin with the first field, supplier code. The supplier code can be any code of your choice. However, it is recommended that you use a logical numbering sequence to keep your supplier records organized. For example, you could use SR001 for your first supplier, SR002 for the second, and so on. For this demonstration, let's enter SR001. The next field is supplier name. Enter the name of the supplier you want to register. For this example, we will use Arizona Wholesalers. Now, move to the supplier telephone number field. Enter your supplier's valid contact number. For this demonstration, I will enter 655806660. Finally, enter your supplier's address. For this example, let's use Sandton, Johannesburg, South Africa. Once all the information has been entered, tap Save Supplier. As you can see, the supplier has now been successfully added. We are now ready to place orders and receive stock from Arizona Wholesalers. Let's get started. Now that we have registered our new supplier, let's begin by creating a purchase order. The Soft Retail application makes ordering simple and efficient. You can create purchase orders using either estimated cost prices or actual cost prices, depending on whether your cost prices in the system are up to date. To begin, let's navigate through the menu buttons. Under Replenishment, tap Orders. A grey text box titled Enter Supplier Details will appear with two fields, supplier code and supplier name. Enter your supplier code, the code you created when listing your supplier. I'll enter mine, which is SR001. Once the supplier code is entered, the supplier name will appear automatically. Tap Save to continue. The supplier's information, including their contact details, will now be displayed on your screen, including your supplier code here. To begin adding items to your purchase order, let's first familiarize ourselves with the buttons displayed on your screen. The Generate button, this one, is used to finalize or post the purchase order once you have captured all the required information. The Scan button, this one, allows you to scan a product's barcode directly using your device's camera. The Enter Barcode button, this one, is used to manually enter a product's barcode. It can also be used with a barcode scanner connected to your device. Finally, the Search Items button, this one, allows you to search for products manually by entering their names. For this demonstration, we'll use the Search Items option. Tap Search Items. A grey Enter Product Name text box will appear. Type Coca-Cola, then tap the product description you are searching for and to add it to your order. The selected item will now appear on your screen. Here you can see the product description, Coca-Cola Original 2-liter. The cost price, 18.89. The quantity field, which is always in units. The Add Plus button to increase the quantity. The Subtract button to reduce the quantity. If you would like to cancel the entire order, simply tap the Abort button. All the order information will be cleared. Now let's add an item again so we can continue. I'll go back to Search Item, select Coca-Cola 2-liter, and tap the Save button. Let's order 12 units. As I continue tapping the Add button, you will notice that the total cost increases accordingly. As long as the cost price entered into the system is correct, you'll always know exactly how much your order is costing. Here, the total order cost is displayed here on the total and balance, which is 226.68. Once you have finished adding all your items, tap Generate. The application will automatically generate a purchase order. You will then be prompted to choose where you would like to save or share the purchase order. You can share it or download it to your device or share it using the applications appearing on your device. For this example, I'll choose Google Drive. Now the document is ready to be downloaded. I will tap Upload to download and save the order document. The purchase order has now been successfully generated and saved and ready to be sent to your supplier by email or WhatsApp. Here is the final order document in PDF format, containing all the order details. You can print the document or download it to your device for future reference. You are now ready to create and manage orders with Soft Retail, helping you bring better organization to your business. Congratulations on completing this tutorial. Thank you for taking the time to learn how to create orders using Soft Retail. On our last module we will show you how to receive stock. Now let's move on to our final module, how to receive stock using the Soft Retail application. In most businesses, stock is received from suppliers using an invoice. In the Soft Retail application, this process is completed through the GMV module. GMV allows you to capture all the information from the supplier's invoice, including the supplier details, invoice number, invoice total, and the items received. Let's get started. From the main menu, navigate through the available options and tap the GMV button. A dialog box will appear, prompting you to enter the supplier details. The first field is supplier code. Here you will enter the supplier code that you created when you registered the supplier. The next field is supplier name. If you entered the correct supplier code, the supplier name will automatically populate here. Below that is the GMV number. This number is automatically generated in sequence by the system and serves as a unique reference for each goods received transaction. Each new transaction is assigned the next number in the sequence. The next field is Enter Invoice Number. Here we enter the invoice number from the supplier's invoice. The last field, Invoice Total, we enter the invoice total, which is the total value of the invoice you will be receiving. Before we continue, I'd like you to familiarize yourself with the sample invoice displayed on your screen. This invoice is from Arizona and is addressed to Romario Groceries, as shown in the delivery address. The invoice number is 002. Looking at the invoice details, the product is Coca-Cola 2-liter. The quantity to be received on the invoice is 12 units, the unit cost is 18.89, and the total cost is 226.68. Now let's capture this invoice in the Soft Retail application. In the supplier code field, enter SR001. As you can see, once the correct supplier code is entered, the supplier name is filled in automatically. The GMV number has already been generated by the system, so we can move on to the invoice number. Enter 002. In the invoice total field, enter 226.68, as it is on the invoice copy. Once all the information has been entered correctly, tap the Save button. You can now see that the transaction has been created. The screen displays the supplier name, invoice number, invoice total, and the automatically generated GMV number. Please take a moment to familiarize yourself with the buttons displayed on your screen. Generate button. This button is used to finalize or post the GMV transaction once you have completed capturing all the required information. Scan button. This button allows you to scan product barcodes when receiving stock. Enter barcode button. This button is used to manually enter the barcode digits of a product. It can also be used with a barcode scanner connected to your device. Search items button. This button allows you to search for products manually by entering the item name. Now we have familiarized ourselves with the invoice we are about to receive. Let's capture the stock that we are receiving on the invoice. Tap the Search Items button. An Enter Product Name dialog box will appear. Type Coca-Cola, then tap Save. The item will now be displayed on your screen. Notice that the balance currently shows a difference of 207.79. This is because the quantity being received has not yet been entered fully on the invoice, as there is 12 units being received. On the system is still showing 1. At the end, the balance should be 0, meaning the invoice has been captured correctly, with no difference. Let's continue to achieve that. Tap the Add button to increase the quantity. As you continue adding units, you will notice the balance gradually decreasing. Continue until the quantity reaches 12 units. At this point, the balance will be 0, indicating that the invoice has been captured correctly. Once the transaction is balanced, tap Generate. This confirms that 12 units of Coca-Cola Original have been received into your inventory. The system will automatically update your stock on hand quantity and stock on hand value. After generating the transaction, you will be prompted to either save or download the generated PDF document. In this demonstration, I will choose Google Drive and upload the PDF for storage. Your GMV PDF file is now ready to be downloaded or printed. This PDF contains all the information you captured during the stock receiving process. For your retail records, you can print the document and attach it to the corresponding supplier invoice for future reference and easy record keeping. Congratulations! You have successfully completed the GMV process. You can now confidently receive and capture stock using the Soft Retail application. Thank you for choosing Soft Retail. We appreciate your support and wish you continued success in managing your business.